Another company that made our list was LoungeLizard.com, located here in Bohemia, Long Island, in New York. They're redefining business and what it means to do business on the web. They're not just an agency. They redefine business models and restructure them for Web 2.0.
Over 10 years ago, Ken Braun started his company with a $50 investment. Today, Lounge Lizard is a multi-million-dollar, 20-employee global internet agency.
My name is Ken Braun, and I am the founder of LoungeLizard.com.
You and I have talked about this many times. How did you start Lounge Lizard?
Well, that's kind of an interesting story. I actually started it with a $50 investment. Online, there was a gentleman, I was working for you, Brad, if you remember.
Yes, I do.
And I was doing a little freelance on the side. Didn't know it at the time, but at the time we were also outsourcing to Andrew Keeler, who was doing some banner ad animation for us.
I remember that, right.
And he came to town once, I invited him up to K2, and it's quite a while ago, so I don't know if you remember. He kind of had a really big hat, really, kind of a laid-back dude from San Francisco. And so he was telling me he's making like $200,000 a year doing banner ads from his apartment in San Francisco.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, okay, my little entrepreneurial spirit, because I've been kind of entrepreneurial, as a little kid. I said, hey, so how do you get your business? He's like, dude, I have a little text link for $50 a month on bannertips.com. I get business from all over the world, and I said, thank you. Got a DBA immediately, Ken Braun, doing business as Lounge Lizard Graphics. I was like, well, of course, how did I come up with that name? Well, I was, rewind about, 5 years prior, I was working as a senior art director. I was heading up Jose Cuervo. And again, the entrepreneurial spirit, let's do some freelance work in the liquor industry. So, when I was thinking about a new name for this company, I'm like, well, what's better name than Lounge Lizard? So I'm like, oh, Lounge Lizard, great. Had a DBA, great. Two businesses, I was up and running. I had the text link up on bannertips.com, and I got an inquiry the next day. The next day came from, I think, the Midwest. Put a quote in, didn't get it, great. The next day I get an inquiry from Cape Town, South Africa.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, company called VR Services out of Cape Town on the waterfront. Like, we create about 5 online casinos a month, and we need banner ads. I'm like, well, how many banner ads do you need? And they're like, well, about 200 to 300 a month. So, being, entrepreneurial, but maybe even stupid, I say, oh yeah, sure, I can do it. What the hell, So I literally would, come to your agency, get on the train, go home, work all night on my little CPU that I leased for my first business venture. Then I got to a point where it's just insane, like this volume. So then I had to get a laptop. So now I'm commuting to Long Island Railroad to work for you. Working on the banner ads, cranking away these banner ads. So I would say like within 2 months, I was probably netting about $25,000 a month.
Wow. It's a good thing I hear about this today. You were working for me and making 20 grand a month. That's funny.
My name is Lambert. I'm the project manager and information architect here at Lounge Lizard. And while keeping the user in mind, I try and make the happiest medium between design and development. Well, everyone is so nice, and I'm learning so much from everyone. I just graduated, so I'm learning project management, and I came from a design background, so I like seeing what the designers do here, and I, did a little bit of development, so I like seeing what the developers do, and it's just an amazing place to work. Everything is so exciting. The projects that we come up with are amazing, so I really enjoy working here.
Greg Kubacki, senior designer. Do Flash development, website development, Photoshop, Flash, whatever needs to get done, I get done.
It's always a challenge no matter what we do. There's always something different to learn. There's always some crazy project we have to figure out how to do in a certain amount of time. And sometimes it's really, nerve-wracking, but other times it's very rewarding at the same time. The 5 different versions of LoungeLizard.com, I would say. That's always the best because Ken allows us to pretty much do what we want, and his only direction is sound effects. He'll go, I want to hear it go and make different sounds. So that's what we have. So we have to somehow visually represent that. Yeah, lots of.
That's the animation though, is the hand movement.
Yeah. So I think I've done 4 different versions of Lounge Lizard.
Yeah.
Since 1990. I think. And he did the latest one, which is by far the best one.
It's a candle. That was my favorite thing. Yeah. I'm Rich Kern. I'm a senior designer, and I use Windows.
I'm a PC.
Oh, a PC! I'm sorry. That's where I was going with that.
Do that again.
All right, I gotta do that. I'm sorry. I gotta do that again. I think from the core, it's always been Photoshop. It's just like, yes, like just creating things in Photoshop. Or I'm interested in photography, so bringing that kind of stuff in as well, which is why I really dig your tripod. I dig your tripod.
My name is Jason Stevens. I'm Senior Accounting Executive here at Lounge Lizard. And if you use like GM, for example, GM could have solved this problem just by listening to the customers. If they had the technology that was out there right now, they would be able to see that people are dying for technology they had 10 years ago. I mean, they had an electric car 10 years ago. If they were to talk to their customers and see what they wanted rather than having to make something and hope it sticks, that kind of stuff can save huge companies, can save huge industries and huge countries.
Lounge Lizard has won numerous awards for their websites and online business models, but their work isn't just about pretty pictures. Much of their clients' inventory must be quantified to a database with automatic updating and tracking capabilities.
I'm Rob Schiffman. I'm the Director of Technology here at Lounge Lizard. What excites me is completing a task that I didn't think that I could, and finding out that there's really no boundaries to what you can do with technology. There really isn't. Once you realize that anything is possible, it's just how do you get to that end result?
Well, what I like so much about information architecture is that it's kind of a puzzle. So I take what the clients want and what we want and just kind of make it the medium and try and come up with the best way that users can interact on a website. That's the most important part. So it is, to me, like a puzzle. Where does the graphic go? Where would the text go? And it's not necessarily what the final design is going to be, but it is what needs to be on that page. So I can't leave any stone unturned. So that's what I like about it, just trying to be as complete as possible.
For more information on Brad Zollis, his coaching and speaking engagements, go to www.bradzollis.com or just Google Brad Zollis. We look forward to hearing from you.
My name is Rich Kern. I'm a senior designer, and I'm a PC. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, no, he's gone. I'm gone.
I can't
It's
work
funny
with
talking
them
about
as an
Sharon
actor.
with that last thing. She's like, I don't want to do something. I'm like, I don't want to do it. I can't talk about anything. Rich.